All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers 36-19 victory in their first preseason game against the Cincinnati Bengals. I think at the end of the day, Jordan Love looked really good. A lot of our young rookie players looked really good. The QB play was super solid. A lot of bright spots from the Packers' first preseason game. Now, keep in mind, it is preseason, and I don't want to jump the gun here. However, if we go back a couple of years ago, people have bad preseason debuts. Jamar Chase dropped 4 of his 5 targets in his first preseason game. Peyton Manning lost to Ryan Leaf 33-3. But actually, the Packers game went smooth sailing, man. A 36-19 victory. There was a lot of positives, and it all started with the quarterback play. Both Jordan Love and Sean Clifford, I think we saw a lot. Sean Clifford did throw 2 interceptions. We'll talk about him a little later on. But Jordan Love kicked it off for the Packers on their first 2 drives. He did end up throwing a touchdown, 7-10, 46 yards, and that touchdown pass to Mr. Romeo Doubs. I think at the end of the day, it was a really good game by Jordan Love. Nothing too crazy. Some checkdowns. A lot of it was just scheme. He was quick to release. I really liked Jordan Love's mechanics in this game. But to me, when we go back and we watch games against like Philly, Kansas City, his past preseason games, you can see when he makes mistakes, he's usually getting away from his mechanics. But I felt like in the first preseason game, he looked cool, calm, under control. He looked poised. He looked like the leader. That touchdown pass was absolute money. Couldn't have placed it better. And even if he didn't have thrown that touchdown pass, there were still some good looks that he threw. There was an overthrow, which has been an issue in the past, but it is a preseason game, and it is the first preseason game. And this is also Jordan Love's first offseason as being QB1. So we'll take it all with a grain of salt. However, at the end of the day, I think Jordan Love did exactly what he needed to do to get this Packers hype continuing, right? Now, the receivers, it's hard to not jump the gun with the receivers because the receivers looked really freaking good. But before we get any further into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I post a bunch of Packers videos every week. I'm a diehard Green Bay Packers fan, so I love Packers fans. I cannot wait for week 1. I will be at it at Soldier Field. Try and get this video to 500 likes. That would mean the world to me. So wide receiver wise, it's, Jaden Reed looked really good. Torrey looks really freaking good. Malik Heath looks ready to play. Malik Heath's a really interesting player to me. He had a super solid game last night. 4 targets, 3 catches, 36 yards, and a long of 15. Malik Heath in his final year at Ole Miss, 60 catches, 971 yards, 5 touchdowns. He averaged 16.2 yards per catch. Malik Heath, I can see him having a role on this Packers offense next season, but right in front of him, Dontavian Wicks, 3 catches, 68 yards, hit that 47-yard catch. Samori Toure, who had a super sneaky rookie season. He finished the day with 3 catches for 56 yards and a long of 28. Mr. Romeo Doubs, with that touchdown catch, he finished with 2 catches, 21 yards. Jaden Reed, the rookie, 2 catches, 10 yards for a long of 15. Luke Musgrave caught a ball for 8 yards. Tucker Kraft caught a ball for 4 yards. Christian Watson caught 2 catches for 6 yards. There's a lot of freaking talent on this wide receiver list. And we've talked about it time and time again. I don't buy into the naysayers, the NFL media saying, the Packers lost all their weapons at wide receiver, and now you're going with an unproven Christian Watson and an unproven Romeo Doubs, new draft pick Jaden Reed. You have Samori Toure down there. Dontavian Wicks, a really intriguing rookie as well. Too many unproven players. I don't buy that in the slightest, man. There are so many. There are there's 15 to 20 wide receivers every single draft class that come in here and make an impact. And Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson last year, all things considered, as up and down as the passing attack was all season, all the way up until that final win streak, they both dealt with injuries. The Packers offense, especially in the middle of the season during all those losses, was super inconsistent. all things considered, Christian Watson and Romeo Dobbs, both of them had great rookie seasons. I think they have phenomenal rookie seasons. I have no worries for them being wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 this upcoming season. What I am very curious to see is who's going to be wide receiver 3. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Samori Toure. Wouldn't be surprised if it was rookie Jaden Reed. The point is the Packers have a lot of threats at wide receiver. And if we even compare it to last season, like guys like Randall Cobb and guys like Alan Lazard, older players, not as quick. There's a lot of speed. There's a lot of playmaking ability with these Packers wide receivers. You bring in 2 tight ends, Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. Offensively, and then obviously the running back room. I mean, it's a really talented offense. Speaking about the running back room, A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones. We know there's a 2-headed monster. We know A.J. Dillon could realistically start on majority of football teams in this league. Running back 1-2 punch is completely loaded. Both dual threats, both can catch, both can run, both can get touchdowns, both are red zone threats. The running back room is loaded. But last night we saw a player called Emmanuel Wilson who had that 80-yard touchdown run that had Matt LaFleur smiling like a little boy. 6 rushes, 111 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Emmanuel Wilson. Looked, if we had to jump the gun, looks definitely like running back 3. Now, they still have Patrick Taylor. They actually have a bunch of running backs. But keep an eye out for Emmanuel Wilson. That 80-yard touchdown run was amazing. He had some jets, got to the outside, and just took it to the house. That was a crazy touchdown run. So that's a name to watch, Emmanuel Wilson. Keep in mind, I know that we were going up against second-string Cincinnati Bengals defense, but at the end of the day, Sean Clifford, 208 yards, 20 completions, 26 attempts, touchdown, 2 interceptions, but 208 yards. Those 2 interceptions were weird. The first pick was bad. The second one, I think you could say, Tucker Kraft played a role in. But at the end of the day, man, the long-term trajectory of Sean Clifford looks really good. He's 25 years old. He broke so many records at Penn State. He's a little bit on the older side. I'm really excited to watch him play in the second preseason game because that was fun to watch. He can also rush. He's a mobile quarterback, 2 carries for 27 yards. Packers, a couple of interceptions, both to Trevor Siemian and Jake Browning. Defensively, I liked what I saw. They gave up a bunch of field goals, didn't really give up too many interceptions. I don't think the Bengals had a single offensive touchdown. Their one touchdown of the day came from that pick 6 from Sean Clifford. So the defense held up, and they held up very great. They got a ton of pressure on the QB. It felt like the entire time I was watching, they only ended up getting 1 sack, and it was to Keyshawn Nixon looked really good as well. But they were getting pressure on Cincinnati the entire game, especially right out of the gate. There was not much time for Jake Browning to throw the ball. So I think that defense looked really solid. And the offense, to me, the offense is the main question. Defensively, we got a lot of studs on the defensive side of things. Curious to see how some of the younger players are looking, but mainly focused on the offense because of Jordan Love. So that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you guys want more Packers videos, let me know down below. As always, hit that like button, hit that sub button. But guys, let me know. Give me a grade on Jordan Love's preseason game down below in the comments. Peace.